Hi, and welcome to the first episode of the revised Coffee with Chuck. We used to call this video Coffee with Chuck, then it changed to Espresso Yourself with Chuck, and it became more of an interview type program. But we're getting back to our roots. The whole purpose of Coffee with Chuck was for me to connect with students, to kind of let you know what's going on with the organization, because you are part of an organization this year of 114 programs statewide. We're in 75 schools, 48 school districts, and 39 counties in the state of Kansas. Hopefully by the end of this year, we'll be serving at least 6,200 students, including those students who are in our 12-month follow-up program. So if you're new to JAG-K, welcome. My name is Chuck Knapp. I'm the president and CEO of JAG-K. I'm starting my 9th year with JAG-K. I started August 1st, 2016. That was my first day on the job. And it has been a great experience. We've had a lot of students come through JAG-K, and it's amazing what some of those students are doing now. In fact, we even have at least one of our specialists who is a former student. And so it's really cool to see that when you see a young person coming through and achieving in JAG-K, and then they come back and kind of share that experience and everything they've learned with current students. So the point of this video, as I said, is to connect, but also just really, I know it's only one way when you're watching the video, but have somewhat of a conversation about things that are happening. And so this is the first video of the school year, the 24-25 school year. And for those students who are returning, you have an idea of what we do. But for those of you who are new, whether you're a 6th grader in one of our middle school programs, or maybe even a first-time senior as a first-time JAG-K student in maybe one of our first or new programs like Bueller. Welcome. We do have a couple of new programs this year. Russell Middle School is another one. Not too many programs, new programs this year though. Ulysses High School is the other one. Not too many new high schools this year or middle schools, but next year we're hoping to add 24 new programs across the state. So that means our regional events will be bigger. It'll be a lot of fun to add new schools and new districts to the JAG-K family. But I want to tell you a little bit, especially for those of you who are new, what's going to happen this year. We do have some new things happening. Early on, for everyone, you're going to have what we call an initiation and installation ceremony. And that should start pretty quickly in the year. So if you haven't talked about it yet, you will soon discuss your I&I ceremony. Every one of our JAG-K programs has a career association or a club. And each one of you can also run for office. Your specialist will tell you all about that. There are different offices. The core offices are president, vice president, secretary, and parliamentarian. We're also talking about having a reporter position, and that may be a position in your chapter. But the I&I ceremony initiates all of our members into the JAG-K Career Association. Eventually you can run for regional career association office or even state career association office. So we have a lot of opportunities for leadership within JAG-K, but that's one of the first things that will happen this year is your I&I ceremony. And more than likely you're going to organize that event through a project-based learning activity, or it will actually be a PBL. So again, if you haven't talked about PBL, you will. It's an important part of what we do in JAG-K. Then later this fall, we're going to have, for the first time ever, regional leadership development conferences. And what that means is we're going to have more opportunities for students to participate in a leadership development conference. In the past, there's been one state leadership development conference. It was limited in who could attend because it It costs a lot to bring students from across the country or from across the state, and maybe we could get 350 to top end 400 students at a statewide event. Well, this year we will get more students to participate in the regional LDCs, so we'll have a lot more students who can participate in this event. That includes workshops on leadership. It's an opportunity to meet students from other parts of the state in your region. And then we will have a state leadership development conference, but it will be a much smaller event just for those regional officers from across Kansas. In February, or maybe it's January, I'm sorry, it's late January this year, we are going to have JAG-K Day at the Capitol. That is limited to Career Association officers, and again, we'll have about 350 students that will come to the Capitol. We'll have a chance to meet with legislators, learn about the legislative process. It's a really cool experience. If you're 3 hours away from Topeka, you'll be able to spend the night before. This is for high school students. So middle school students, I apologize, but we are limited in how many students we can bring. But we're going to do something really cool for the middle school students this year with a middle school career development conference that we'll talk about here in a second. So JAG-K Day at the Capitol will happen. If you're not an officer, but you're a senior, there will be other days in March that will allow you to come to the Capitol. We want all of our senior JAG-K students to be able to visit your state capitol. And so that will happen, again, either at JAG-K Day at the Capitol in January or in March. There will be some specially designated days for you to come to Topeka. In the spring, we do our career development conferences. Actually, you should be working on those starting in the next few weeks, because these are opportunities to highlight the skills and talents you are going to learn in the JAG-K program. We have events like public speaking, employability skills, creative decision making, project-based learning, and the list goes on. There are individual events and there are team events. I urge you, in fact, you will be required to compete at the local level. If you're successful, if you are in the top, and it varies by region, but if you're one of the top placers at the local event, you can go to the regional event. If you're one of the top placers at the regional event, then you qualify for the state career development conference, which is in March this year, early March. I would throw out a date, but I forgot what it was. I think it's March 12th, but don't hold me to that. Your career specialist will know. The process, as I said, starts at the local level, goes to the state level. Our top finishers at the state career development conference in March qualify for the national career development conference. And that will be an event with all 38 JAG affiliate organizations, and this year it will be in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is a really cool city, and looking forward to that. Before that, and I almost forgot about it, we have an event for our state career association officers. Actually, it's our regional presidents and regional vice presidents. They get to go to Washington, D.C. for a week. All expenses paid. So if you put yourself out there and you run for office and you are elected as a regional president or regional vice president, and those elections happened last spring. So think about this spring. You do need to be a junior to run for president, but all of that information is available through your career specialist. Washington, D.C. for a week, all expenses paid unless you want to buy souvenirs. Really cool experience, get to meet really cool people, and again, students from across the country. So then we actually, for those of you who are seniors, in May you'll graduate, and we will continue a 12-month follow-up process with you. So we'll check in with you monthly 12 months after your senior year, just to make sure things are going well. If you need to call your career specialist because you need some extra advice or support or help figuring out something with college or a new career, give us a call. We're going to stick with you at least the 12 months formally, and then a lot of these relationships extend into many years. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to continue to be an active part of the JAG-K family. And the best way you can do that following your senior year after follow-up is to get involved in our Alumni Association. You'll hear more about the Alumni Association this year. We're going to grow it. We're going to expand the opportunities, and we want you to be part of it. And so we've got a lot planned this year. You'll do community service work. You'll have guest speakers. I'm excited you're in JAG-K. And for those of you who are coming back, let the new people know that this is an awesome opportunity and you need to make the most of it. So hopefully I will see you at student events. I do come around occasionally and visit programs, although it's a lot more difficult for me to do these days. My primary job is to make sure we have enough money to fund all of the cool things we do and to expand. Right now we have 114 programs. By fiscal year 27, which is the 26-27 school year, we would like to have 158 programs. To do that, I just need to raise some money and go to the legislature and ask them for about $4 million in addition to what we already get. The great news is the Kansas legislature and Governor Kelly love JAG-K. And so while it's not easy, I really expect that we will see the support that we need to get this done so we can extend this opportunity of JAG-K to more Kansas students. So I'm excited you are with us. Thank you for joining me for this first episode of the school year of Coffee with Chuck. I'm looking forward to next week, looking forward to meeting some of you, having some of you on this program. But until then, enjoy your coffee.